Welcome back. I'm currently super excited because I just got in a package from Koyo Fingerboards. A little while back, they reached out to me to see if I would be interested in checking out some of their handmade split ply fingerboards, as well as possibly doing a collaboration. After checking out the pictures of their boards, I was definitely interested in checking out the boards as well as doing some artwork on them. So they sent over not one, not two, but 3 of their boards, as well as some clear ducky tape, which I've never actually tried this stuff out, so I'm super excited to try it out as well. These are the size tags that came with the boards. It looks like all 3 of the boards are 34 millimeters wide. And the first board up is one of their graphic boards. It's fish fingers inspired, kind of SpongeBob vibes, super cool graphic. And a closer look at the top ply with their logo, as well as the real wear graphic on the bottom, super nice quality. And the side plies look really clean with the green and natural plies. And the sanding and craftsmanship, as well as the rounding on this, is super nice. Closer look at the countersinks. All of them are super uniform, and it's really nice to see all the different colored plies in each of the holes. It's really, really cool. This board was actually sent over to gift to somebody in the fingerboard community. So if you are interested in the board, make sure to stick around all the way through the end of the video to find out how to get a chance. And the next board up, what I'm most excited about is this purple bottom ply board. Super nice bottom ply. Side plies look really nice as well. But the top ply is a really, really nice split ply design. Looks super clean with all the different colored plies of wood. And the last board is a blank board with the signature red top ply with the Koyo design, and then natural ply, dark ply, natural ply, and natural ply on the bottom. I'm going to get started right away custom painting both of these boards, starting off with a sketch. And I decided to go with a simple design for this board, just because it has a really nice bottom ply and I wanted to show off as much of it as possible. So I made a circle in the center of the board. I'm going to do a simple sticky frog kind of design with the Koyo tree logo in the background and skateboarding by it. I'm using some gesso kind of as a base coat or a primer. This helps with the paint, making sure that it sticks to the board really nice, as well as has kind of a uniform color, and also doesn't have the issue with the paint kind of bleeding onto the wood. For the purple bottom ply board, I decided to go with the design I made a while back on the channel during a live stream with the help of a live audience and some requests that came in from the chat. Special shout out to KoyoFB for requesting a UFO design. And with the UFO kind of idea and theme came this sticky frog being abducted by an alien on a skateboard with a skateboard ramp on the bottom. And I'm just following the process of the last board of just filling everything in that I'm going to be painting with this gesso. Since I want the surface to be super smooth, I actually thinned out the gesso with a little bit of water, and I'm going to let it fully dry and go over with 2 coats. This is going to make a really nice smooth surface for painting on with the Posca markers, which helps a lot, just keeping the paint flowing and nice smooth surface. So when I go ahead and clear coat it, it's going to look nice and smooth as well. With the gesso dry, I'm going to get started by filling in all the main colors with the Posca markers. Often I get asked in the comments what supplies and paints I use to paint the boards. And while I have used different paints in the past, I found overall Posca paint markers are the easiest to use and go down the smoothest. They also have really nice coverage, and I'm also able to blend the different markers together to get different colors directly on the board that I'm painting on, rather than having to pre-mix the colors, which I think is really nice and easy to use. And they also have PC1M markers, which I'm using right now, which are great for small details, especially for the size of the small boards. And if you'd like to check out any of the supplies or paints that I'm using, I'll put them all in the video description down below. I also really like that Posca marker paint is really opaque. And if I make any mistakes, as long as I let it fully dry, I can come back over painted areas and just paint a different color. And with everything dry, I'm going to go ahead and put in the line work and add in some small details, put on some grip tape on the board. Thanks again to KoyoFB for sending these boards over to paint on. A little backstory about KoyoFB. They've been making boards since 2023, and the word Koyo is a Japanese word referring to the colors of the autumn trees when they change from green to yellow to red. as well as the appreciation for the natural beauty that is created from the color change and the cycle. KoyoFB is based out of Ontario, Canada. However, the owner spent a few years on the west side of Canada in Vancouver, BC, where there is a lot of color change when it is autumn, and they grew a deep appreciation for the natural color change and wanted to incorporate that into their fingerboards and deck design. So a lot of their boards incorporate a lot of really vibrant natural colors. With most of the line work done on the board, I decided to go ahead and incorporate the Koyo logo in the background with the tree getting sucked up and abducted as well. And lastly, I decided to add in some stars in the background. With this first board complete, I'm going to get started painting on the second board. And while this design is a little bit simpler, it's a little bit smaller as well, which makes it even more challenging to paint. And I found even trying to get the circle to look more circular and not so lopsided was quite the challenge. And I'm just going to go ahead and outline the STiCKY X Koyo tag on the bottom or the tail of the board. But overall, I wanted to keep this design pretty simple and clean. So there's not too many colors, just the sticky frog, the tree, and the black outline, and then the black and white tag on the bottom. And I'm just following the same process as the last board, kind of getting all the colors in. And with everything in and dry, I'm going to go back over with a black outline. With the black outline in, I decided to go back with a white Posca marker and give everything a white outline. With the white outline on the letters, I decided to also give the circle in the center of the board a white outline as well. And I'm adding in some last and final details before I add some clear coat to the board. And for clear coat, I'm just using some basic Rust-Oleum clear gloss. And for this stuff, I found the trick is to go really light for the first couple coats. If you go too heavy on Posca markers or any acrylic paint, it'll actually eat through the paint. So I go really light the first couple coats, let it completely dry. And then after they're completely dry, I go over with a little bit heavier coat. And after doing that, I did find that there is a good amount of orange peel, where you can kind of see a texture on the board. So I'm going to go ahead and wet sand the board just a little bit before doing another couple layers of clear coat. This will make the final results of the clear coat a lot smoother. Since the clear coat was pretty uneven and bumpy, I'm going to start off with a 600 grit wet sandpaper and just go lightly and in circles over the entire surface. And just a quick reminder, if you like videos like this with the board customization, let me know in the comments down below, as well as hit the like button. It helps out a lot. With most of the uneven bumps sanded a little bit smoother, I'm going to go ahead and add the final coats of clear coat. With the final coat of clear coat on the board, it looks a lot smoother and super shiny. I'm really happy with the overall results of how this came out, and I followed the same process with the other board, and it came out really nice as well. I let both the boards dry overnight and the paint fully cure, and it looks even shinier, even more crispy and nice and reflective. Both of the boards painted, I decided to go ahead and set up the alien UFO abduction board. Got some dynamic trucks and abstract wheels, as well as trying out the ducky clear grip tape on this board, showing off the really nice top ply with all the split ply different pieces of wood. This will be the first time I'm using actual ducky tape for grip on a board, While I have used some stuff similar like the clear grip tape from Obvious, the stuff that came from Obvious, however, was a lot more like a frosted, not as clear tape, and it was definitely not as grippy. I can already tell just with this on the board, not even cut out yet, that this has a lot more grip than anything that I've used in the past. And just like the clear grip tape from Obvious, it is a lot harder to cut out than regular foam grip tape. This definitely makes it take a bit longer to cut off the extra grip tape compared to regular foam tape. And I found the best method for getting a clean line is just going in a directly downwards motion and cutting small areas at a time, going slow and steady to avoid tearing any of the material.
3 hours later.
With the grip tape on the board, just going to take one final look at the board before setting it up and putting trucks as well as wheels on it. And I'm not 100% sure if I should have put the trucks on first, but I'm going to go ahead and poke holes in the ducky tape using a screwdriver. And it seems like it's actually working pretty well. And with the holes in the grip tape, I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in and get ready to put the trucks on. I did notice once I got the screw through that there was a little bit of a sticky backing. I made sure to get it off before putting the truck on. And since these are dynamic trucks, I'm going to go ahead and make sure to properly thread these because they are actually threaded base plates, and it's really easy to strip these if they get misthreaded. Originally, I was going to go with some off-white urethane wheels from Redemption Fingerboards, but I ended up finding these green and lime green black swirl wheels from Peak that were on my Mountain Dew board, and the color combination really matched, so I decided to use these instead. Last, before I test this setup out, I'm going to go ahead and swap out the bushings. I actually really like the stock tuning that comes with the dynamic trucks, and the bushings are really durable as well as have a really nice feel to them. However, they do take a little bit of time to fully break in, and they are definitely on the firmer side. I personally prefer a little bit looser feel to my trucks, so I'm going to go and swap them out to some STiCKY Tuning 51A durometer bubble bushings. These are their softest bushings that they have available. At the same time, they are really responsive, and they come in a lot of really nice colors. I ended up going with some UV reactive bushings, so they should glow in the dark under a black light. And I went with the white and green swirl on top with the light purple on bottom. I really like how right out of the package these have a loose feel, but at the same time they pop right back into place and are super responsive. First kickflip test is good, and 2 to make it true. This board definitely feels really nice, and the ducky tape, I was really surprised, actually doesn't feel too different from most grip tapes. It's just got a little bit more grip to it. However, it still takes a while to get used to the feel of it, and once I've used it for a little bit longer, I'll give a full review on the channel. But overall, I really like how this setup feels, and I like how clear the grip tape is as well. It makes the top ply look really nice. And I really like the mold shape of the board. It's got really low concave and medium kicks, which pairs really well with the dynamic trucks. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching all the way through. This is the extra board that Koyo sent over to gift to somebody in the community. If you're interested in this board, make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment what trick you would do first with it, as well as a frog and maple leaf emoji, as well as follow Koyo_FB and STiCKY over on Instagram and check out the pinned post. Earlier in the video, I mentioned that I used some UV reactive bubble bushings from STiCKY Tuning. And I also used some fluorescent Posca paint that reacts to UV or black light and glows. Overall, I really like the results of this. It looks really cool. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button as well as subscribe. And until next time, peace.